You are listening to Tales from the Vale, hosted by local pizza proprietor Tony Michelot
and Lee Gilligan, peripatetic wine industry veteran. A podcast where we have conversations with wine industry personalities,
passionate foodies,
business identities,
and community leaders who live, work and play in and around McLaren Vale
and the Fleurieu Peninsula.
Tales from the Vale.
Take it away, Lee.
Okay, here we are at the Willunga Farmers Market, and we're going to be interviewing a couple of people today. The first cab off the rank is Megan Sherry, who used to be with Harvest the Fleurieu, and we're going to find out more about Harvest the Fleurieu and why she's no longer with them and what she's doing now. So welcome, Megan.
Ahoy, hoy. Lovely to be here on this beautiful morning.
It's not like it was last time we were here, which was lovely and sunny.
But they're here. Everyone's here at the Willunga Farmers Market. There's a strong following, which is great.
It's super solid. They've been coming for many, many years. So,
as a exhibitor, or what do you call it? A stall holder?
A stall holder.
Yep.
And
Solid.
as a visitor?
Yep, both. So it's and even across sites. So obviously we were originally in the main street. So coming up here was a huge shift during COVID. Quite impactful, but yeah, luckily enough, everyone was willing to take the journey over. And
absolutely, People often harp back to that position
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Everything's pre and post-COVID.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking about more the location, but it seems like it's way more villagey here. You know, it's like all in one area.
I think it's a lot more comfortable, for sure. There's better parking. You don't have to worry about the road, people getting run over, crossing the road.
Exactly.
It's a lot better to navigate as well from the stallholders' situation and that sort of stuff. Being able to actually freely flow through the market is so important.
Yeah.
And I remember that many times where there was prams going into dogs, going into people, going into, all that sort of stuff, and really having to get your elbows up to get through. And now it's a bit more of that community feel where you can go and leisurely pace and, check out and take the time to actually see different stalls. And because this is such a diverse group, you're really missing out if you don't take the time.
Can you give us a bit of background on your time with Harvest the Fleurieu and how come you're involved with them and, what they do?
So Harvest the Fleurieu is actually, I guess it was inspired by the farmers markets. We actually originally started as a commercial strawberry farm out at Kaipo Forest, selling interstate and that sort of stuff, but we did sell through Willunga Farmers Market and Adelaide Showgrounds as well. And having grown up in that, I guess, we really needed to diversify the business to survive because as a commercial business, you're price takers, not price givers. And that's where it was 2012. We bought the Mount Compass location and that's where we started Harvest. Because then we could set the pricing, we could make it fair, we could showcase a lot more of what the region has to offer.
So this is like a direct consumer type thing?
Exactly that, and you can actually go and pick your own strawberries and that sort of stuff as well. So there's nothing better than seeing a 3 or 4 year old coming out of the patch. Yeah,
should love that.
She's just covered in strawberry juice and knee deep in mud and that sort of stuff. But yeah, there's nothing better than seeing kids learn where fruit and veg actually come from. Yeah, so seeing that is, like I said, that's where the farmers market really inspired that experience and just that community feel with the other stallholders as well. So that's where I guess that brainchild came from.
So that harvest, I mean, it's kind of, I guess it's in the namesake. It's a harvest, and you're bringing together other growers and providers and stuff.
What kind of products do you have there?
A lot of what's on sale here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And this is up at Mount Compass, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I've been through there. That's lovely.
Yeah. And we're sort of trying to make it you're coming to Mount Compass, not just a pass through on your way to Victor Harbour.
Yeah.
So really creating that experience.
We see the car park there. I think you've achieved that. It's a stop.
Yeah.
Like it is,
yeah.
and that's a really cool thing to do because it also feeds the town, the community around there as well. I'm guessing you employ people that are in Mount Compass as well, which is awesome. Are you guys still producing or growing up your strawberries up in Kaipo?
Yeah, so we are still going through that. I guess one of the biggest challenges is that we are still running at the same costings. So, 20 years ago, you could get a punnet of strawberries for $2.
Yeah.
You can get that now. And you know how expensive
Exactly.
everything is to
Yeah.
do.
Everything's gone up, all of it costs.
So that's where, like I was saying with Harvest, we actually get to set the pricing. So when someone comes and says, oh, $6 for a punnet of strawberries, it's like, yeah, we had to pay people ethically. We had to, it's all about doing it the right way, and we're not going to compromise on our morals and how we grow just because someone would like...
Exactly. I'm sure the product's better. And, the thing with fruit picking and stuff like that, we know it through a lot of people that are trying to do farm work and visas and stuff like that.
Oh, it's hard work.
Notoriously underpaid.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where... to do the right thing, it costs. And that's, in all seriousness, we want to be... I guess the ethos that my parents sort of instilled in me and the rest of my family is that it's quality over quantity. And that's where we're supporting as many people as we can and doing things the right way, or the way that we see it the right way. So, it's not about mass production. It's not about anything like that. It's literally we want the best product that we can put forward.
It's interesting because the last time we were here, we interviewed people from Fleurieu Milk and Feather and Peck.
The eggs.
And they have exactly the same philosophy. They wanted things to be the best, and they were very selective about what they do and how they're grown.
Yeah.
And it just seems that this whole market thing is about giving people the best, freshest possible produce. And it's not cheap.
It's not.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Lee and I were talking before we were recording. We mentioned, I heard on the radio on the way up here, they were talking about the central markets. Oh, mangoes are starting to appear. And I said to Lee, I'm like, oh, mangoes are coming in. How exciting. And we had a chat. I was like, I wish that like Australia or the big supermarkets or the consumer really would drive it just to embrace seasonality. And not be like, I don't want everything year round. I want it when it's good.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than biting into a pear and it's like hard as an apple and it's got nothing in it. Don't put it on the shelves, in my opinion. It's just, I guess it stems from the consumer. There's only so much people like you can do and these markets can do. I guess communities like this as well in the Fleurieu, we're pretty blessed to have this accessibility.
This kind of market.
Yeah. But it's a whole trickle-down thing, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly what you just said, really. I can't really add to that.
How do you go when it's not strawberry season? Like, what's the deal?
That's the hard part. Yeah, trying
Hence
to
the diversification.
Trying to get people in that store front when it's cold and raining sideways.
Yeah.
I, again, do love seeing everyone rocking up with their wellies wanting to go, but there's no strawberries out there during winter.
It's literally a seasonal business.
It is literally a seasonal business, but we have obviously diversified with the different fruit and veg that's available. You just don't have the pick your own experience. But my brother has started doing farm tours and that sort of stuff as well.
Okay.
So really trying to keep people coming through during
engaged.
that time.
How many members of the family are involved in the business?
All of them but me now.
Right, so you're the outcast.
I am the black sheep. No, it's so even my younger brother, his wife, so my younger brother Ryan and wife Alice, they're the ones that are actually running the show now, and they're doing a phenomenal job. They've got three beautiful babies. Then my older brother Adam and his partner Sonia, they also have 3 beautiful babies. So the next generation is definitely coming through. So that is locked in, don't you worry.
So they'll be out there picking strawberries when
they're already doing it. If you look at the...
Ethically cheap labour.
Correct. They get paid in strawberries, don't worry.
Well, I love that.
But yeah, that's I guess I've grown up around it, and that's exactly what I love to see, those babies coming through and seeing that and being instilled with those same values as well. I think is so important.
How does the Willunga Farmers Market now integrate with the shop? Is this like sort of an anchor for you, or like a business card in a way, and you can sort of refer people back? Oh,
it's a fantastic, I guess, jump off point for us, because it does not only advertise us here, but it also advertises a lot of the businesses that we sell up there as well. So we've got the Taronga almonds and that sort of stuff as well. So even if you happen to miss out on the Saturday, or you're not quite up to getting up after a big Friday night, you can come up to Harvest and we'll be there with the other products as well.
Right. Do you do much wholesale at all for businesses or for commercial kitchens?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I'll have to get in touch. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So aside from the market. We've got. You mentioned the Royal Show. Was that something?
Oh,
you said?
the Adelaide Showgrounds Farmers Market.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you're still involved in that as well?
The Harvest the Fleurieu is, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And how regular is that if someone's in the city and wants
Every
to find
Sunday.
you? Every Saturday, and that's at the showgrounds?
Every Sunday.
Sunday.
So Saturday, Willunga, Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Showgrounds.
So it's a full market weekend.
Yeah.
Is that a roaming crew? Like you've got market guys that do that and that? Or?
Yeah, so that's, well, they're working throughout the week as well. We've got Jed over there currently.
Looking.
Yeah, so directly over there. He hasn't put up his pretty banners and
Hello,
stuff. So
hello, Jed.
Maybe the
Yeah.
speaker's not loud enough.
I'll yell at him later, don't worry. But yeah, so we've got the crews that go out to each farmer's market. So
Right.
Well, you mentioned obviously the next generation coming through. What's on the cards next for Harvest to continue growing and engaging?
yeah, so they're always looking for ways, I guess. So my brother has done a bit of a hydroponic setup. So we're trialing with raspberries at the moment and seeing how that's going. They are looking phenomenal. So I'm excited to get around.
Is that like a completely indoor thing or
Oh, so it's in an igloo. Yeah.
igloo?
So yeah, it's just a
Not a nice
it's
one,
undercover.
no.
It's undercover.
With lights,
A
or is it like
plastic
because
igloo.
there's hydroponic that's full indoor.
No,
Excuse
so
me.
yeah, it's not like so it's with like it's plastic basically
Right.
over the top, but it's so you're still getting that natural light coming through. It's obviously just highly filtered. But yeah, so I'll make him do it so he can tell you all about it.
Sorry, we're just having a quick
It's
pause
cold. I
while
didn't bring my jacket.
Tony puts on
I
a
actually don't
jacket.
even know if I need it now. So I'll give it a go.
You can
Thank
use
you.
it as a rug.
Yeah, I'll put it over my legs.
Put it over your knees,
Yeah.
be an old man.
I'll
fine.
get used to this.
You pull it off, it's fine. You look great.
Thank you. I don't know if it's a compliment.
So,
or not.
how long have you been coming to the Willunga Farmers Market?
Well, from day dot, pretty much.
How long has the farmers market been going? Excuse my
I think
ignorance.
We
we
were
were
talking
talking
about
about it earlier, and we think it's 25 years
Oh,
next
wow.
year.
Yeah, it's either
That'd
next
be a
year
big
or the
party.
year. So yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've when I say I've literally grown up in the markets, I've literally grown up in the markets. So yeah, it's
How long have you been coming here, Lee?
Almost since day one.
Do you remember when it started? Was it a big splash, or did it sort of start
Nah,
from
well,
one sort of strawberry stand?
it was in a car park. It was
Yeah. It was next to the pub
yeah, the
Yeah,
Amma car
in
park.
Willunga,
Yeah.
and it was quite small to start with.
I imagine.
And it's grown. I mean, I don't know how many stallholders you've got. 40, 50?
Here now.
Yeah.
They have a rolling. I think it's over 70. I'm pretty sure.
Right, okay.
The last AGM told me.
I mean, look at today. Like, it's not the nicest of Saturdays. It's still, I don't mind it, but it's, the weather's
pleasant.
challenging, and there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely.
They're here,
free.
rain, hail, or shine. They are,
Correct.
basically.
Yeah.
Because people become dependent on the market to buy their fruit and vegetables.
Well, when you're getting produce like this, why wouldn't you
yeah,
be?
that's right. And they've got a butcher here now, and fish producers, poultry, everything.
Love it.
So you don't.
What about
re-
coffee? Is anyone going to bring me a coffee?
Oh, you mean
I-
this delightful one?
I-
Is that
Yeah.
jealousy?
I think-
Is that
yeah.
was that what I hear? Jealousy.
I think Jen is just going to get you a
Yeah,
coffee.
I
I hope.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about your breakaway from Harvest the Fleurieu. What are you doing now?
I'm actually working at the super school in Aldinga. So yeah,
That giant.
the big
inter-
one.
That is huge. That school.
Yeah, the
Okay.
facilities are absolutely phenomenal. I think the best part, once again, the community is just coming to me because part of my role is actually like the communities coordinator as well. So if you want to hire the Oval or the gym, then you come through me to do
Brilliant.
that as well. So there's meeting spaces. So to have those facilities and then being so willing to engage with the community and offer those spaces at affordable prices is absolutely amazing, because a lot of the time you're not going to find those kind of stellar facilities without them, you know.
Is the gym open to public for members?
Yes.
There you go.
There's not necessarily members.
Not like a membership, like you join up a regular gym, or
To hire.
I'm asking because I'm probably in need of gym.
So
October's usually when fitness kicks in.
yeah, gotta get summer ready.
Yeah.
Maybe a few months too late, but that's
Well, you got the
fine. That's-
oval,
yep.
so you can get. So it's like events or fairs,
So
or
you've got 2 ovals, you've got 2 soccer pitches, you've got
Yeah.
2 basketball courts, that can be netball courts or volleyball.
It's a huge anchor. Like that school's a massive project. If anyone's not familiar with it, really impressive building.
Yeah.
What's going to be the capacity of that school? Because it's
I think
catering for a
it's over
very large
2,000.
audience.
Yeah, it's over 2,000.
Right.
But yeah. There's
So that'll be the biggest school in South Australia.
is it?
If it's over 2,000, it will be.
Well, because the sister school.
Is that the definition of? Sorry, I'm just jumping in. Is that the definition of super school?
Well,
Well,
I remember.
Or is it just that it's super?
I remember many years ago when I taught at Christie's Beach High School,
Ooh.
and it
something
was about 2,000 students across the two campuses, and that was the biggest school in South Australia by far.
Yeah, right.
120 full-time teachers.
So that's the.
It's a large faculty.
It was.
The.
I didn't last very long.
I just wanted to say faculty.
I felt that. Yes. Yeah. So it's actually a public-private partnership. So the SA Schools project is it's privately owned, publicly.
Is it
leased.
Cardine? Who's is it a full government school, or is it Cardine involved in it as well?
Cardine's got a campus down there.
Yeah.
But that's next door.
Okay,
That's,
so it's
not
separate.
next door, but it's further down. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
separate.
sorry, we won't talk about it.
How dare you? I am offended. No, the sister school is actually Riverbanks up at Anglewell.
Right.
So I get to go between the sites.
Of course,
Brilliant.
yeah.
I get to
See,
oversee
it's
those.
a huge indicator of the area of the Fleurieu. You know, largely
How
what this
it's
podcast is
grown.
about is
Yeah.
about people like yourself, but also the area. And I'm really glad that we can touch on that because it's a good segue. But it has grown, and a lot of people sometimes will be a bit nose point out a joint for that. But also there's a great way to share the area with a lot more people and services and like schools like that to have a high quality, I guess. You know.
So leading from that to Megan, were you born here?
Yes. Yep. So we come from McLaren Flat, so Blewett Springs.
Okay. So you've lived here all your life.
Yes.
Why do you look at me like
I've been that lucky. I've been that lucky.
Why do you say lucky? What makes it lucky to live here?
Would you want to live anywhere else?
No, I'm a refugee from Sydney.
No, it's.
I don't mind New York City every now and then.
I've been to New York as well, but it's definitely a place to visit, not to live.
Yeah.
So
Live
this-
periodically. I think this is a place to always return to as an anchor.
I think
it's a good anchor, and that's what a home is.
I've travelled a lot in my life, and there's no better feeling than when you are coming down South Road, no matter how bumpy it is, coming and seeing those hills.
Yes.
That's me. That's home. So, yeah.
I think
lucky.
it's sad the hills have changed. They've got trees on them now.
I do love trees.
In the old days, you'd come down and it was like completely naked hills.
Like golden.
Yeah. In summer, it was
Kind of like that
absolutely-
corner where you go past Sellex and you turn
Yeah.
through. That's amazing,
Yeah.
that little bit.
Yeah, it was stunning. And nowadays, there's thousands and thousands of trees.
Planted trees?
Yes.
And what about the native sprawl?
Well, I mean, that's just grown inexorably. When I first moved here in 74, it was very quiet. And I remember talking to the guy that used to have the fruit and veg in McLaren Vale, and he said one Saturday, about midday, he walked out the door, the front of his fruit and veg shop, which was on the main street, and he said there wasn't another car in the main street in either direction.
Well, it's
No
very
way.
different.
Yeah, I was going to say I live in McLaren Vale now. It is not like that ever.
Well, Main Street has certainly grown.
Absolutely.
And so has McLaren Flat.
Yeah.
Quite considerably. Even like now with the Grimley's new joint, stuff like that, and the cafe and everything, it's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Somewhere to duck down.
I think the things that are popping up are very niche and very, again, inviting and very special and different as well. So you don't see a lot of places that are the same.
You know what? It's a progressive change.
Yes.
I think we should all be thankful for that because it could be there's many places in South Australia and around the world that change for the worse. In terms of people leaving and things not happening and communities suffering.
Stagnation.
Exactly. So if there's anything that we can a positive spin on progress is progress.
Progress. Sure.
Yes.
So what do you think the greatest advantages are to living in this region?
The food, the people. Using Willunga Farmers Market as an example is you're surrounded by like-minded people. Very, very special and different people. we all have our quirks. But I think that's what makes it exciting. The land is beautiful. My family's here. That's a huge thing as well. And getting to see the business grow and shape and progress and whatever's around the corner. I know that we'll all get through it, and with love, I guess.
It's that sense of community and help, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Assistance is great.
What do you think are the biggest challenges for Harvest the Fleurieu? I know you're not involved, but your family is.
Yeah.
So, and you'd have a good idea about how it operates. What are the biggest challenges going forward?
Finances. It's that season setup. It's the season close down. It's the wages, the cost of living, electricity, anything and everything that's really hitting it hard for those families at home. It's exactly the same for business.
That's the thing. It's really hard to we can all say I want to have the $6 punnet or an $8, but there's people out there that can't afford strawberries
Exactly
regardless.
that.
And if they're going to see it on special, and this is where it comes in, I guess it's like the more that the area again elevates, the more that they can support these niche businesses and boutique businesses. Power's an interesting thing.
It's huge.
For you guys as well, like even just the shop side of it, right?
Well, we've got cool rooms, we're looking at blast freezers, all that sort of stuff, because we make ice cream as well.
Oh, wow.
So
Delicious ice cream.
It's phenomenal.
Delicious ice cream.
It is phenomenal.
Is there a cart that's on the side outside? There's a kiosk bit?
We do bring it out every now and then. So we've still got the little red strawberry van as well. So we open that up on a really nice day and have the ice cream out of there as well.
Strawberries and cream.
Or just all of it. Anything strawberries. Whatever strawberry you want, we'll put it whichever way you want.
That's great.
But yeah, so there's still...
Have you done any liqueurs with strawberry?
No.
Oh, I love that.
We have thought about it, and we're lucky enough that one of the Mount Compass gin distillery, they actually use our blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries in their berry gin.
Fantastic.
So that's our fruit.
So we could have you got some samples?
I can find you some. You keep us warm.
I'm lucky I ordered a black coffee. I'm going to digress, and you hate it when I do this. I'm sorry. And Lee's looking at me just for the listeners. Lee's like, oh, here we go. But in Italy, my father-in-law's auntie makes this beautiful liqueur with these berries that she picks. And they're in Benevento region, which is like near Naples. So it's like a hilly farm country. And she picks these berries on the side of the road, and she puts it with like a little bit of like a cake syrup, but in an ethanol, pretty much, to make a liqueur. And it was so stunning. I loved it. We actually got a bottle back, a little one. Didn't last too long. But if you pour it out, it's like this syrupy, sugary, kind of like a limoncello, but with like berries infused. But it reminded me of Robitussin. I said it.
I'll rush out and buy some.
It's really nice.
You were leading me down such a delightful path.
It is delightful. What have you got in that story? Foraged, village, Robitussin.
Yeah.
It was great. It just harked back to a nostalgic, childhood medicine. As most home liqueurs do.
I think
the good ones anyway.
One of the other challenges, which that's perfect example of, that would be something that we would love to look into, something that we would love to go down the route of, but time.
Oh, yeah.
You're already trying to run a business. You're trying to interact. You're trying to do markets.
And every time you're adding that, which you guys do, that you said it really early on was diversification and streams. It's something else you got to do. It's something else you got to monitor, quality, and you lose focus on the other things.
Absolutely, that's not something that you can do, because as soon as you drop here, you're going to start losing people that have faith in your, reliability, and you're going to, pump out that same quality every time. If you're looking over there, you're going to be missing something.
Yeah, you're going to be missing something.
It's not far. Yeah. So anyone that's listening is in the Fleurieu and hasn't been up there, go check it out, because it's not far from here. The back road through.
It's on the way to Victor Harbour.
Is that the Harvest? On the way to Victor. Yeah. Is that the marketing?
Sorry, I should have chosen a better name, I think. There you go.
No.
Did you come up with a name?
I did. My mum and I thought about it for many
What else was there? Can you remember any alternates?
What was it? Fleurieu. We wanted to incorporate Fleurieu because obviously we wanted to showcase the region.
The Fleurieu Food Farm.
That was literally one of them. It was
first thought, best thought.
It was the 3 Fs, and then we were like, we can't really market that. Yeah,
we were doing that last time, weren't we? TFTV from the WFM for the triple F.
You can literally go down a very slippery slope with that. So that's why we're like, all right.
I love naming. I was saying like the best thing about I'm starting a band is coming up with a name.
Yeah,
and no one wants to agree to the other person's name. They want to be the person that has it. So that's why it takes a band so long to come up with a name, because you have to finally someone to give in and go, yeah, it's a good name.
Fine. Yeah.
Well, I think Harvest is great.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because
It's just on the way to Victor.
Encapsulates what it encapsulates what you're doing, harvesting produce from this region.
And what else can we find in there? You mentioned there's ice cream, there's frozen goods, berries and stuff like that I'm imagining you can keep all year round for desserts and stuff.
Yeah, so one of the, I guess another diversification thing is that I'm actually a celiac, so gluten-free.
Right.
So there's a whole gluten-free bakery. We've actually got two separate bakery rooms. So we've got one that's glutinous and one that's not.
Yeah. Because you need to actually have that completely shut off.
Yeah,
to
so
be able to do it.
I'm one of those horrendous humans that if I get a speck of any type of gluten, I am down.
Yeah.
I'm down for a week. I've got rashes, fatigue, all that fun stuff. So that's where we create all of our own sausage rolls, pasties, pies, different types of bakery stuff that you would never think that
I'll
you'd
have to
be
bring
able
my
to
wife
find.
up. She'd love that.
Well, it's even down to the tiramisus. Like, where can you find a tiramisu that's gluten-free?
It's really hard to find the Saliati biscuits that are gluten-free. You
Yeah,
need
no.
that.
So
So you're making the biscuits and then going from there.
yeah.
That's brilliant.
And yeah, we've got some.
Could have talked about gluten-free tiramisu for the whole time.
Oh, we definitely could have. It is my favourite. It's actually going to be one of my wedding cakes.
Is it? Ooh, nice.
So how many people have you got working at Harvest the Fleurieu? It sounds like you've got a massive, labour supply.
Well,
I think the seasonal thing sounds like that's what that struggle was.
that's what that was. Yeah. So again, seasonal. So at harvest particularly. So obviously taking out Kaipo. You've got your juniors. You've got senior staff, and that's not even the picking side of things. So you could have 30, you could have 50. It just depends on which day, how the weather is so impactful. Because you might be earmarking block 2 to be picked on Tuesday, but if you have a complete downpour or it's expected to rain,
So they got to be on call too.
it's they're going to be coming every day. It just depends on what they're picking
doing,
or packing, or it doesn't stop at picking. Unfortunately, it's a whole.
Yeah.
Are you still supplying to major chains or things like that, like as a farm?
So
business?
Kaipo is that's where
Yep.
the commercial side of things is.
Is what label is that under? Is it under a specific label?
So it's Kaipo Forest Strawberries.
Okay, cool.
Really original. I didn't name that one.
How many hectares have you got up there? It looks massive.
At Harvest or
Yeah. No, at the strawberry.
at Kaipo.
farm. Yeah.
So Kaipo, you've got 82 acres.
Is that on Range Road?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've ridden past that.
No,
on a
sorry,
bike.
Brooklyn Road. Brooklyn
okay,
Road.
maybe I
Brooklyn
haven't.
Road.
But I've seen up there that they have the. Is this the strawberry? Again, excuse my ignorance. Black tarpaulin that goes like over the mound and the strawberries come through. It's like a weed protection.
Yeah. So that it's actually a multifunction. So you've got it's a pest deterrent because you can't have anything crawling up it.
Yep.
But as well as it's when you're basically creating the soil health and that sort of stuff, it traps it in, and then you're getting the warmth from the plastic as well, which helps with the promotion.
It's a sight when it's beaming on there.
Right.
It looks like a black river when it's first laid.
Yeah, it's really cool to look at.
And all underground water.
Yeah. So it's the most water efficient way that you can water plants with the underground irrigation. So yeah,
Why don't we do that with vines, Lee?
vines aren't that
Well,
special.
we'll ask our
They'll
next
be
guest.
fine. Yeah, he'll know a lot more.
Vines are weeds.
Yes.
Yeah, see,
Basically.
Delicious
Don't water.
weeds. Very
Yeah.
delicious weeds.
Do you have to have gluten-free wine?
I'll take wine however it comes. It's you just have to be careful about what you're eating and drinking, I guess. Is that?
I think there's something in that for all of us. Aside from being celiac or not, really. Isn't that right?
Oh,
Lee?
absolutely.
Yes.
Well, there's always something
It's
special
quite windy
coming through.
at their market today. I've got to say, there's a bit of a gust about. Loving it.
Bit of a wind tunnel.
So on days like today, how would your trade go? Is this still, obviously it's a long weekend, so there's more people about, I think, down here than usual. Would this be a bumper weekend in terms of the stall and harvest?
Well, being that it is a long weekend, you'll be getting the traffic going down to Victor.
Right.
Sorry.
And
Yesterday
then
was-
Monday
yesterday
they'll be
was the
going
day.
back up.
Yeah.
Monday they'll be going back up. So, like I said, we're trying to make us the destination, not just a pass through. So, yeah.
I like that.
It'd be a
You
good
can stop off. Just stop off, get out, have an ice cream.
Ice cream.
Get your kids
Have
dirty.
a pie. A pasty.
Well, it's been raining / hailing sideways, and we've had the little old guys coming in like we want our ice cream. It's like, have you seen the weather? So that just goes to show
It's
how
all
good
year
the-
round.
Yeah.
When is strawberry season for pick?
October to May generally.
Is this year looking different for you guys? Do you know? or-
We're ready to go. Yeah, we've obviously got strawberries currently, so we're good to go. Just with the changes of the weather, we're fully fully determined by that, I guess. So.
And like you were saying before, obviously, if you have are they susceptible like vines with like hail and damage and all those sort of things as well because they're quite exposed? It's been okay as a lead up.
It has. It's been. I mean, the weather the last month or so, the last years or so, it's just been out of control. So you can't guess. It's just you'd have to take every day as it comes.
And what's the window on a strawberry for us like that try and grow strawberries at home? I've got
Good
5 for Gigi, for my little girl.
Why would you bother?
Well, just to
Go to
teach
Harvest the
her that
Fleurieu.
things grow on the ground, and like I'm trying to teach her not to get the shovel and just rip them up. I'm like, we check it every day. and it
Definitely
grows.
appreciate that.
I think she'll love that.
Does she know where milk comes from?
Yes, from the fridge.
Great.
Well, we haven't gone and milked a cow yet. If you're suggesting that I get a cow in my backyard, that's not on the cards.
Well, you've interviewed the Fleurieu milk.
Fleurieu
I'm sure that
milk.
they could.
yeah, we could get,
Walk
sure we
you
could
through.
get a tour.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll concentrate on the strawberries first. I mean,
Hey,
think
just
that's
another
enough.
great company. I'm happy to promote.
Tomatoes are another really great thing I think to grow.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're pretty easy to grow as well. While strawberries do require a lot of upkeep, tomatoes just sort of
Yeah.
way easier.
They are. Even I can grow tomatoes.
Yes.
And
Are you,
that's-
are you not a green thumb?
Not really.
Really?
Well, I should be. I did have a vineyard.
Yeah.
Like you said, weeds.
They are. It's very hard to kill a vine. You know that? It's very, very difficult.
Unlike a strawberry.
No.
Well, I
Strawberries.
hope I get some. I've seen some flowers. Is that a good sign?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So there you go. It's going to come. It's going to happen.
It will, I
A
believe
couple
in
of
you.
different varieties from the nursery, and we'll go from there.
I was going to say it is very much dependent on what varieties that you did pick out.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's well, the ones that we grow are commercially not available to others. Like you'll get a lot of Bunnings ones and that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
I didn't
Mitre
get them
10.
from Bunnings, but I know what
Or
you're
like
saying.
local nurseries,
Totally.
they don't have that licensing. So that's why Albion is one of our favourites because it's the right shape, the right colour, and of course the right flavour. And people will eat our strawberries and go, "We haven't tasted strawberries like this for, since I was a kid." And it's like, yeah, that's because we've bought that one specifically for the flavour, but it doesn't crop as much as what newer varieties do.
So what's the cropping like with a strawberry plant? How much would you expect? I mean, with vines, you go, you get
Yield.
X amount. Per,
Yield.
What's the yield?
It is 100% dependent on the variety that you've got. So that's where I was leading with
And
that.
do you measure it by punnets? Like each plant will give us 3 punnets.
Yeah, 2.5 punnets per
Punnet
however
pusher.
long. So yeah, but then it also comes down to, has there been pest? Has there been rain? Because then you're obviously going to get waste, and that's where you turn them into jam or the boxes of seconds
Yes.
and that sort of stuff. So
Again, that diversification. So 2.5 punnets per plant.
yeah,
Okay, so I've got about potentially 15 punnets worth in the
yeah,
ground.
but that's over a certain
I
period.
was going to say. So obviously you're picking. It's so laborious, really, because there's no machine way to do it.
No.
You've got to identify.
People have tried to build a robot.
Yeah.
It did not go down well.
No?
It was a lot of money wasted, unfortunately, because obviously, like you were just about to go into, it depends on the colour, it depends on the softness, and trying to get a robot to vary
See
it.
that.
Very.
Yeah.
It's,
Appreciate it,
and
yeah.
there is a particular way to pick a strawberry, so you have to hold the calyx and the base, and then it pops. It literally pops off.
Calyx.
Yeah, the green top, sorry.
I love that.
New word for
I'm going to
it.
say that. I'm going to drop that
You're
next
gonna
time.
find a
next
reason
time
to
I'm
say
out, Next time
calyx.
I'm at the harvest, I'm looking around and oh, that's a lovely calyx.
Yeah. There you go.
I
Are you a
think know what
strawberry?
you're talking about?
Are you a strawberry
Connoisseur.
fan? Yeah,
You're a
totally.
connoisseur.
Yes, I am a punnet pusher.
So what are those little harvesting machines I
Oh,
see
the
up
little
there?
bikes.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, so they're leg powered. So I suggest not racing them. My brothers and I have done that, and you are very side heavy, so you'll
Right.
end up on the side, which is not ideal. But yeah, so going up and down the rows, it's obviously great for ergonomics workstations.
So you sit down or you kneel down?
No,
on it?
you sit.
Sit.
So
okay.
I mean,
And you pedal them.
Oh, no, there's no pedals. It's leg powered, like as in you're pushing
right.
back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're pushing back with your feet. It's really great. Some of the guys fully deck theirs out with speakers and like shades. And,
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
Sound
fantastic.
they sound like tuk-tuks.
Pretty much.
Sounds
pretty
like a
much.
really good coffee table book.
Oh,
What are they called?
Oh, the bikes, picking bikes.
Picking
I'm
bikes.
sorry,
We
that's
gotta
not
do
as
something
exciting.
better there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure you can
Come up with a
with
name.
something.
Come up with a name.
Berry bikes.
The Calyx pickers.
Calyx cycles.
We'll work on something. We'll work on it. But yeah.
So they really kit them out so they're comfortable.
Yeah,
and-
like comfy seats.
So
and-
how long would they work for in those things? How long would they sit in them and harvest?
It's 8 hours. It's
Right.
a standard work week.
Right.
I guess you get your legs moving. It's good.
Yeah, it's
You
good,
got some music.
Good thigh
What would
workout.
be what's your playlist for picking strawberries? Top 5 strawberry picking tracks.
We can definitely come up with something, I'm sure. I have different ones for different...
Strawberry Fields would be number 1 for me by the Beatles.
Okay, yeah, good pick.
I love it when Lee looks away. It's my favourite time of the interview.
I can feel it.
Oh, no.
Well, on that note,
Yes.
Strawberry Fields are forever.
Yes. Megan
He's
Sherry.
so happy with you right now, I can see it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for most informative.
What did you learn today?
Chat.
Top 5 things you learned today.
I've learned about the green top on a strawberry.
Which is called
Calyx.
Calyx, yeah. And you learnt that Harvest is on the way to Victor.
Victor, huh? Yes.
And it's
And
a
it's
stop-off.
a destination.
Destination.
It's not just a, stop off on the way to somewhere else. It's
And
a
I learnt that
destination.
berry barks are very good.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's been great.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Tales from the Vale. Be sure to like and follow us, TFTV Podcast, on Facebook and Instagram.
To stay up to date with all things Tales from the Vale, be sure to join our mailing list. Just visit our website, talesfromthevale.com, to sign up. You can email us at hello@talesfromthevale.com for any advertising and general inquiries.